And then, boom! All we see is... Yes, YouTube, I'm back with another video. I'm back with another story time, okay? And today's story time is all about how I almost got arrested. Yes, me. I almost got arrested. So, boom, let's get straight to it. This story time takes place back in 2023. I was 20 years old and I was just working. That's all I was doing at that point, was just working, alright? This particular day that this story time takes place on is St. Patrick's Day. Yes, St. Patty's Day. And I was trying to go party. I was trying to go partay, you know? So, my friends for St. Patty's Day were going to Waterloo. They were going to go to Waterloo and have a great time, and I wanted to go with them. But I think I was busy at the time that they were going because I couldn't go with them. So I was like, oh, fuck, alright, that's fine. I'm just gonna go meet them there after I'm done doing whatever I'm doing. So, boom. They go to Waterloo and they go do their thing, yada, yada, yada. And I eventually finished what I'm doing. I think I had work, or I think I was doing something, but I'm pretty sure it was work. And I'm texting my friend Epson, because the day before, I texted Epson, and I texted him, look, bro, I'm trying to go to Waterloo for St. Patty's Day. Are you down to come with me? Because, like, or actually, are you down to drive me there? Because, nigga, I couldn't drive there. I didn't have a car or anything. So I was like, are you down to drive me there? And me and you go party. He was like, yeah, bro, I'm down. And I was like, all right, say less. So, boom. Him and me made plans to go to Waterloo after my other friends were going to go there because they were going mad early, all right? I don't know if you guys know anything about St. Patty's Day, but St. Patty's Day pretty much starts the moment the sun rises. The moment the sun rises, people don't go brush their teeth in the morning. That's not the first thing they do. The first thing they do is grab a beer. They grab a beer, crack that bitch open, and chug that shit. That's how their day starts on St. Patty's Day, you know? Me personally, I don't drink beer. I'm not a beer drinker. I've never been a beer drinker. I'm not a beer drinker. But I do at the party. So, boom. I'm wake up mad early in the morning because I had to go do work. But after I was done work, which was pretty early too, it was like, I think I finished 2. I got ready to go because St. Patty's starts, like I said, early in the morning, and I don't want to miss anything. So I'm texting Epson, that's my friend who's driving me. I'm texting him like, look, Epson, I'm done work now. I'm about to do my stuff, get ready, yada, yada, yada. What time do you think you're going to be at my house by so we can get to Waterloo? It doesn't respond. I'm like, what the fuck? Maybe he's doing something, alright. Fast forward an hour. Still no response. Now I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like I said, St. Patty's Day it starts real early in the morning. We're just like 2, 3 at this point. You already missed a lot. I'm not trying to miss even more. So I text him one more time. No response. I'm like, what the fuck? Nigga, I just told you that we're gonna go like yesterday. Why are you not responding to me now? Now I'm like, what is going on? I text him one more time, and this time he responds, and he's like, oh, my bad, bro. I was doing an assignment. Nigga. An assignment? Bro, I understand that's important, but why didn't you finish this before? Like, why wasn't this done before? He was doing his assignment. And I was like, alright, well, I'm assuming he's done now since you just texted me. Wrong assumption. He was not done. That nigga took 6 more hours to finish that assignment. Yes, 6. We didn't go to Waterloo because it took way too long, and by the time we would get there, all the parties would be shut down. I was texting my friends to see what was going on, see what was happening. They were like, bro, there's no point in you even coming here at this time because by the time you get from where we are to Waterloo, which is an hour drive away, we would pretty much miss everything. Cops were already shutting down a lot of parties. People were starting to pack it up and go home and go to sleep. Like, we pretty much missed our opportunity. So I was like, all right, bro, well, that fucking sucks. Another year without going to St. Patty's, but, you know, so be it. I was like, well, I'm still trying to do something, bro, because, like, I got ready and everything. At least I want to go out and see this thing around my area. So, boom, Epson still comes over to my house, and we still walk around outside trying to find something to do. We couldn't find shit. There was literally nobody else doing anything because all of them left my hometown to go somewhere else because that's what people do. They go to Waterloo or they go to London, Ontario to go party, or they go somewhere else, but not here. I was like, damn, bro, we can't find anything. And he was like, yeah, bro, we can't find shit. But there was this one time where we used our phones to find a party, and we ended up finding a party. So I was like, yo, why don't we try, like, looking at Snapchat, Instagram, social media, see if somebody or something posted an address or a party somewhere, anywhere near us or close. He was like, you know what, that's a good idea. So the only issue with that plan was Epson didn't have any data on his phone. So we were like, all right, let's go to this high school that's nearby and use their free Wi-Fi so Epson can also look at his phone to see if there's something else popping around somebody he knows. So boom, that was the plan. So we took the car and we drove all the way to the high school. It wasn't too far away. I don't know why Epson did this. I think it was because he wanted a better Wi-Fi connection, but he parked really close to the front of the school. And he parked so close, in fact, that his one tire was on the sidewalk entrance to the school. Now, it wasn't like all the way to the front door. It was still a ways away from the door, but his tire was definitely on the sidewalk. So, boom, we're looking at our phones trying to find if we can see something. We couldn't find shit. We couldn't find a single party. It was dead. Like, we were cooked. We couldn't find nothing.
Bruh.
As we're doing this, looking at our phones, there's this big-ass truck, a big truck, that was behind us. And I was like, oh, shit, bro. This guy looks like he might need to, like, get by us. The truck actually does flash his lights, like, back and forth. And I was like, oh, yeah, he definitely needs to get by us. So my friend Epson was like, all right, let me reverse a little bit, move forward, and give him enough space for him to leave, you know? So we're like, all right, that sounds a good idea. So he does that, and the car is still behind us. And I'm like, oh, bro, I think you might have had, like, I don't think he has enough space. You might have to move up a little bit more so he has enough space to leave. My friend Epson was like, what? I drove, like, mad far. There should be more than enough space. But I was like, I guess there isn't because this guy's still not moving. So my friend Epson was like, you know what? Screw this. Let's just go drive around a little bit more and see if we can find something. Because we weren't finding shit on our phones. We weren't successful with that. And I was like, all right, bet, let's go do that. So we're at the stop sign, about to turn because we're going to drive somewhere else to go look for a little bit more parties. And then, boom! All we see is... Yes, 3 cops pull up out of nowhere right in front of us. And then all of them have their lights on, like, 3 of them pull up on us at the same time. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then the car behind us turns its lights on too. Yes, that big ass truck was a police officer. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm over here with my phone in my hands like, what the fuck is happening? Bro, me and Epson were silent, like in shock. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. And then the police officer from the big ass truck behind us comes out the car, knocks on the window like, and we're like, what the fuck? Epson was on the window, and you know what this nigga says? He's like, why'd you guys try to leave? What? We didn't even know you were a police officer. We didn't even know you were a cop. We just thought you were a truck trying to move. We tried to give you space so you can leave. What? What kind of question is that? We literally said, we thought you were trying to leave, so we were trying to give you space. And the guy was like, he didn't say anything. He just shook his head and walked back to this car. And I'm like, what the fuck? And another police officer from the other 3 other cars that were in front of us, come out his car and he knocks on his window again. They're like, and then my friend Epson rolls on his window, and then the cop is like, license and registration, please. And then we gave him, obviously he gave it to him because it was his car, so we gave him the license and registration and everything. And the next question was, have you boys had anything to drink tonight? What? What? Nigga, we didn't drink anything but water. What are you talking about? And we're like, no? What? And keep in mind, as this conversation is happening, another police car pulls up. That's 5 police officers in total. 5 of them. For 2 people. And we're like, what is going on right now? Anyways, the police officer takes both the license and registration, and he goes to his car, and then he goes to his whatever he does. At this point, there's 12 officers on us. 5 cars and 12 officers. That shit is crazy. Or 10. It was like 10 or 12. That shit is crazy. For 2 people. I'm over here talking to him like, bro, what the fuck is going on? We didn't even do anything. And my friend Epson's like, I don't even know what to say. So, boom, boom, boom. They doing their license check and everything else. And then they come back. Obviously, they found nothing. And then they were like, what are you boys doing here tonight? Now, we lied. We told them that we were just trying to find our way back home because we're not going to tell them we're trying to find a fucking party because then it would probably take it more seriously. So we're like, oh, we don't know this area like that and we're trying to get back home. And then, boom, he was like, oh, where you guys live? And we just made up a random spot. We're like, oh, we live uptown. And he was like, oh, okay, if you want to get to uptown, you go right, left, and give us directions, okay? And we're like, all right, thanks. And then he was like, yeah, you boys have a good night. And they just left. All the cops got in the cars and drove away. And we're like, what the fuck just happened? Now, if I were to make my own assumption, I feel like one of the cops there was a new cop and they were trying to train her on what to do if the situation was really that serious. Because he was like, yeah, look, so you put the license and registration in here, and then you check this, and you look at this, and I'm like, this nigga is using us as a test subject. He's trying to, like, train her with us. So, boom, all of them left and everything. And then me and my friend are like, what the fuck just happened? We were like, you know what? We're not staying here. And we went back to my house. And then we hopped out the car, and we walked around for a little bit, still trying to find a party or something, but we couldn't find shit. And then we were like, you know what? I think that was a sign. Today's just not the day to go out. And I was like, yeah, that's a fucking fact. He went home, I went home, and I went straight to sleep and passed the fuck out. Anyways, that's the story. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna see you for the next video. I'm out.